Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla just released their production and delivery numbers and blew out expectation and gave us a sneak peek of the explosive growth their energy business is about to do. So I guess we can expect a pretty good earnings call for Q2, so let's check it all out and let's dive right in. In the second quarter, Tesla produced about 411,000 vehicles and delivered about 444,000 vehicles. And they deployed 9.4 gigawatt hours of energy storage product in Q2, the highest quarter deployment yet. And I will get back to that in a minute. But first, let's just take a look at the category Others, because the Cybertruck is hitting in there with the Model S and Model X. And as you can see, Tesla's premium cars here are now back at the 100,000 yearly run rate. They have basically not been back to these numbers since Tesla only had the Model S and X for sales. In Q1 of last year, Tesla delivered 19,000 premium cars, and in all of last year, they delivered 70,000 units. So this is so nice to see, and I am guessing there is something like 4,000 to 5,000 Cybertrucks in those production numbers. But hope we will get to learn a little bit more about that at the earnings call, but very solid numbers for Tesla's premium cars. And Tesla delivered about 411,000 Model 3 and Ys, up from 370,000 units in Q1. We tried to tell people this was a one-off in Q1, as even BYD had an unusually bad Q1. Everyone seemed to have a bad Q1, and Tesla would rise again in Q2. But so many analysts was screaming doom and gloom for Tesla because of the Q1 numbers. And now they are up about 15% compared to Q1, still down compared to Q2 of last year where Tesla sold 466,000 units, but they are not on a downward trend as so many were saying. They have turned it around, and because Tesla produced more in Q1 than they delivered, people like Gordon Johnson was saying it is over for Tesla, they can't sell all those cars they are making. But wonder what he will say now, as the opposite is true. Tesla produced 411,000 units and delivered 444,000 units. So is Tesla doing good now, Gordon, or how does your logic work? Because Tesla did explain why Tesla was down so much in Q1, because there happened things that were out of Tesla's control, like the attacks on ships in the Red Sea. So they had to sail all around Africa, basically disrupting the supply chain, and the attack on Tesla's Berlin factory as well. So if people would just have listened, Tesla did explain why Tesla was down so much in Q1 and that they would get back up again in Q2. But anyway, a nice Q2 beat from Tesla, as Wall Street estimates was about 438,000 in deliveries. But a much bigger beat was Tesla's energy deployment, where Tesla deployed 9.4 gigawatt hours of energy storage in Q2. Now that is just mind-blowing, shattering the old record of 4 gigawatt hours from Q1, and is up 132% quarter over quarter, nearly surpassing last year's total with 2 more quarters to go. Remember how we have been saying that Tesla's energy seems to really be taking off now? Well, here we freaking go. We are seeing explosive growth starting right now, and deployment of 9.4 gigawatt hours is basically Lathrop full production capacity in a year of 40 gigawatt hours. So this is of course the deployment numbers, but a nice indication that production in Lathrop should be close to their max production capacity of 40 gigawatt hours. So if Tesla continues to deploy Megapack at this rate, Tesla could get over 30 gigawatt hours of energy deployment here in 2024, compared to their 14.7 gigawatt hours in 2023. So that will be up 105%. And Tesla's energy deployment already grew 125% last year, so it was already a huge growth last year, but it seems to continue. And by the end of this year, Tesla's new Megapack factory in China should go online as well, and should of course be much faster at scaling up with all the learnings they have from Lathrop. So we could maybe see something like 55 gigawatt hours next year, and maybe in 2026 we will have 2 factories firing on all cylinder and bringing us close to the max capacity of about 80 gigawatt hours. And remember, Tesla has a plan of getting to 1000 gigawatt hours or 1 terawatt, so we should see another factory coming online basically every year from 2026. And the margins on the Megapacks are very good and will increase as they are scaling up the factory and the cost of battery continues to go down. So we could see something like $3.5 to $4 billion on the bottom line from the energy deployment alone this year. And remember, Tesla does also earn money on maintenance of the Megapacks. For every 5 Megapack, Tesla earns something about $6,000 per year. And that will actually increase by 2% every year. So over a 25-year period on 5 Megapacks, they will earn almost $200,000 in revenue. And we are of course talking about tens of thousands of Megapacks. So in the great scheme of things, it's not much, but a nice little business with high margins that will add on to the bottom line going forward. But more than doubling the deployment of energy storage, that is going to make some nice revenue and profits already in this quarter. Combine that with the fact that Tesla delivered a lot more cars than they produced, that should also do very nicely for Tesla's bottom line. So now Tesla's inventory is back to normal levels, that is, normal for Tesla anyway, as they are still way below the industry average. So as I said, this was temporary, and as we can see in this chart from CERN, that seems to be the case. So as we can see here, despite the doom and gloom we heard about in Q1, Tesla is still keeping up very nicely with last year's numbers. So the question is, how will Q3 and Q4 play out? Can Tesla make some growth here in 2024, or will they stick with their 1.8 million cars sold again? There are probably still people that will spin this as a bad quarter because they're down from Q2 last year, but they have been spinning news from Tesla as bad since the beginning, and everything Tesla said has always been impossible. Back in 2012, when the first Model S came out, Tesla was guiding for 20,000 units in 2013, and that was called impossible. And Tesla just delivered 22 times that in this quarter. And in 2014, Elon said he predicts a production of about 500,000 units in 2020, and that was impossible as well. But Tesla did exactly that and now is closing in on doing that a quarter. Tesla is making the impossible late. And the haters have been wrong for a decade about Tesla going bankrupt and the competition is coming. Meanwhile, Tesla just executed and became the fastest growing manufacturer in history. There must come a time when the haters just stops, as it can't be fun being wrong all the time. Just as Jim Chanos stopped his hedge funds because he bet against Tesla and lost all his investors' money. And the crazy thing is, we are here right now. Looking back at 2013's numbers of 20,000 units sold in a year will be like looking back in another 10 years in the future, looking back at today, seeing Tesla as this tiny little company that grew to become one of the biggest companies on the planet. We have just getting started. Energy is blowing up right now and will continue to do so. And full self-driving and robots are not even in the picture yet. But we are only about a month away from Tesla's Cybercab event, where we might get a little glimpse of the future, as Elon wrote on X. Once Tesla fully solves autonomy and has Optimus in volume production, anyone still holding a short position will be obliterated. Even Gates. Yes, indeed. We are just getting started, and I'm looking forward to this earning call in just 3 weeks and the Cybercab event in another 5 weeks. I think we will have a nice sunny summer here in 2024. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.